Hi, it's nice to see you again today. I've had a number of people talking about what a Scrum Master role should be, and a lot of people have also emailed me asking, "Hey, John Bosco, I've heard that the Scrum Master should always look out on the team's welfare. In other words, the Scrum Master should always go grab coffee for the team members, or the Scrum Master should always make notes at each of the team's conversations or whatever ceremonies they are having." So that has also considered some of the reasons why I decided to make today's conversation or today's content. But anyways, we'll get into that. It's nice to see you again today. Thank you for always visiting me. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for trusting me. If this is the first time to visit me, I am so happy that you have thought about me and you have thought about visiting me and to engage with my content. Please don't fail to click the subscribe button down below so that you'll always get notification anytime I release new content. Again, I would encourage you to please click the like button, share it on your social media platform, and together we would Scrum and practice Scrum as it ought to be. With that said, as you could always see on my screen right here, so today we'll be talking about what is not a Scrum Master role. In other words, what people assume to be the role and the responsibility or the duties of a Scrum Master. One of the ways for you to understand what a Scrum Master does is to understand what a Scrum Master does not do. If you could understand what is not or what are not the roles of a Scrum Master, then you would be able to understand what a Scrum Master does on a day-to-day basis. So that is the major engineer behind today's conversation. As we continue to progress, I wanted to also highlight that you might see varieties of different images. Again, looking for ways we can make Scrum very much relaxing and not boring, because a lot of people say the Scrum Master and Agile is kind of boring, right? Well, you might be right, you might be wrong, but what I'm trying to do is to use different ways to project how we can make it very much interesting. So this is more or less like an image that I was able to research on the internet so that we can really figure out how we can make this quite so relaxing. And as you can see, we have different image that projects what is not the role of a Scrum Master. We have Scrum Police, we have a hero, we have a scribe, we have secretary, we have coffee clerk, we have chairman, admin, and team boss. These are the different images we can put together in order to demonstrate what Scrum Master is not. So you might see varieties of this on the internet, but this is based on my research. I would start off this conversation by giving a shout out to Barry Overeem. Barry Overeem published an article in May 2017 about the 8 stances of a Scrum Master. Again, I would encourage you to go to Google or go to the internet and search. At the end, just put PDF so that you can have the electronic version of that document so that you can read it and understand where Barry Overeem explained the instances of what appears to be a Scrum Master role and what appears not to be a Scrum Master role. So I'm taking this presentation is more or less like a stepping stone to Barry Overeem's explanation, because I wanted to shed light in order to clear some of the misconceptions and misinterpretations people must have had about what a Scrum Master does. Some people think that a Scrum Master is a scriber, someone who is always making notes in each of the Scrum ceremonies or each of the sections. That is not a Scrum Master role. A Scrum Master could make a note in order to keep an accurate or document about what is going on. So it is not a requirement for a Scrum Master to do. Some Scrum Masters, because I am someone that I share information, I belong to a lot of communities of practice, and some Scrum Masters have shared how their supervisors have asked them in order to write or make notes in each of the ceremonies. It could be a particular thing, but again, it's not a mandatory. Scrum Master is not required to make notes. A Scrum Master could take notes. Remember the key word, could take notes, is encouraged to take notes in order to reference information that has been shared, right? But a Scrum Master is not a scribe. A Scrum Master is not a secretary. You're not employed to be the team secretary. What a secretary is, in other words, someone who is planning about agenda, someone who is always, kicking up meetings. A Scrum Master could schedule meetings, right? Like all the Scrum ceremonies, the daily stand-up, the sprint planning, and all the ceremonies we have. But it is not a secretary job. Scrum Master is not a secretary. In other words, someone who is always reaching out to stakeholders to know their agenda or their schedule. That is not a Scrum Master responsibility. A Scrum Master is not the team's Scrum police. What is someone who is always on the lookout when people default, right? Scrum Master is not a stringent person. I have been in an interview where the interviewers asked me, John Bosco, what is your opinion about Scrum and Agile? Are you so regimented or are you flexible? Scrum Master should not be regimented. Scrum Master is not a mean person. Scrum Master should be flexible on the implementation of the Agile and Scrum practice. So Scrum Master is not looking out on giving people tickets, Scrum tickets, right? It sounds so funny. But anyways, that's the point. The Scrum Master is not the team boss. What does that mean is his role is not to hire people and fire people, right? We are not in the traditional work environment, right? So that is not a horizontal level of management, right? In waterfall, we have this vertical, level of management where we have hierarchy, but in an agile environment, it's always horizontal. Everybody is a boss. The Scrum Master is not an admin. What does that mean? He or she is not the go-to person in order for the team members to understand the workflow, or in order for the team members to understand issues that pertain to the Jira or Azure DevOps board. It is encouraging that the Scrum Master understand how to use the tool, right? But the team members, remember, it is a self-organizing team. They should also understand on how to use those tools. The Scrum Master is there to provide support and guidance when necessary. The Scrum Master is not a chairman, right? He is not someone that every day the team members have to go to in order to give a report. That is not the responsibility of the Scrum Master. The Scrum Master is not a superhero, someone who is there to solve the problem of the team members. Remember, if the Scrum Master is always someone who is a team member's problem solver, then there is a problem there. Scrum Master should be there to guide the team members to know how to organize and solve problems, unless it is something that goes beyond the team's capacity, especially when it comes to issues on blocks and impediments. Blocks, the clear dichotomy between a block and impediment is a block is based on task, and impediment is based on the overall progress of the sprint. So team members are encouraged to remove blocks, while Scrum Master is encouraged to remove impediments. So, but at the same time, the Scrum Master should be on the lookout on things that either blocks the task or we have on the board, or that blocks the overall progress of the sprint. The final but not the least is coffee click. A Scrum Master is not required to always go grab coffees for team members, right? Especially when you're working in a physical environment, right? But a Scrum Master is always there to look out for the team members' well-being, to make sure that the environment supports their well-being for them to continue becoming high-performing team. With that, thank you so much for coming to my site today. Thank you for watching, and I hope that I will see you next time. In the meantime, I hope you stay well. Bye for now.